In 1957, World War hero Indiana Jones and his partner George Mac McHale are captured by Soviet agents led by Dr. Colonel Irina Spalko. The Soviets break into Warehouse 51 in Nevada, forcing Jones to locate a crate containing the remnants of an extraterrestrial that crashed near Roswell, New Mexico 10 years prior. After finding the crate, which has highly magnetic contents, Mac betrays Jones, having been bribed by the Soviets. Following a battle with the Soviets, Indiana escapes on a rocket sled into the desert and stumbles into a deserted town that is part of a nuclear test site. He survives a nuclear blast by hiding in a lead-lined refrigerator. The FBI later debriefs him, suspecting he might be working with the Soviets. Upon returning to Marshall College, Jones is given an indefinite leave of absence to avoid being fired due to the incident. At a train station, Indiana Jones is approached by greaser Henry Mutt Williams, who informs him that his old colleague, Harold Oxley, was kidnapped after discovering a crystal skull in Peru. Jones explains to Mutt the legend of the crystal skulls in the mystical city of Akator, which grants control over supernatural powers to whoever returns the skull. Mutt then gives Jones a letter from his mother, who is also being held captive, containing a riddle written by Oxley in an ancient Native American language. Following these clues, they travel to the Nazca Lines in Peru, where they learn that Oxley had been placed in a psychiatric hospital after a mental breakdown caused by handling the skull and was subsequently kidnapped by the Soviets. In Oxley's cell, they find clues leading them to the grave of Francisco de Orellana, a conquistador who disappeared in the 16th century while searching for Akator. At the grave, they discover the skull, which Jones deducing that Oxley had hidden it there. Shortly after, Jones and Mutt are captured by the Soviets and taken to their camp, where they find Oxley and Mutt's mother, who turns out to be Jones's old flame, Marion Ravenwood. Marion reveals that Mutt is actually Jones's son, Henry Jones III. Spalko believes the crystal skull belongs to an interdimensional being with immense psychic power, proving her theory by showing that the corpse stolen from the warehouse has an identically shaped skull. She thinks that returning the skull to Akator will give the Soviets an advantage in psychic warfare. Jones, Marion, Mutt, and Oxley manage to escape to the Amazon, but are recaptured when Jones and Marion fall into quicksand, and Oxley fetches the Soviets for quote-unquote help. The next day, as they are being taken through the rainforest towards Akator, Marion and Indy argue so much that their guard, DeVencho, gags Marion. Jones and Mutt eventually overpower him after Jones frees himself using Mutt's hidden knife. Jones ungags Marion, and Mutt frees her while Jones takes control of the truck. This leads to a jungle chase, resulting in many losses and ending in an area swarming with giant ants that off a soldier and DeVencho. The group escapes and reaches the city, but only after evading the Soviets, navigating 3 waterfalls and a duck, and narrowly escaping a tribe guarding the long-abandoned site. Mac, who has again switched allegiances and claims to be a double agent, has been secretly leaving a trail for the Soviets to follow. Inside the central temple, they find artifacts from various ancient civilizations. Jones deduces that the creatures were like-minded archaeologists studying Earth's different cultures. The group enters a chamber of crystal skeletons of 13 alien beings seated in a circle, one missing its skull. When the Soviets arrive, Spalko replaces the skull. The aliens communicate with the group through Oxley, speaking in an ancient dialect, and promise a big gift. Spalko demands to know everything, and the skeletons grant her request, transferring their collective knowledge into her mind. Simultaneously, they activate a portal to another dimension. Jones, Marion, Mutt, and the now restored Oxley escape the temple, but Mac and the other Soviets are sucked into the portal. The skeletons merge into a single being, and the overwhelming transfer of knowledge causes Spalko to disintegrate, with her dust drawn into the portal. The survivors watch as the temple crumbles, revealing a massive flying saucer that rises from the debris, hovers briefly, and then disappears into the space between spaces. Sometime later, Jones is reinstated at Marshall College and made an associate dean. He and Marion are married in a church. The film starts strong with opening credits reminiscent of Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Paramount logo blending into a dirt mound. However, seeing George Lucas credited as a writer is a bit cringeworthy for the author. It kicks off in the Nevada desert, instantly setting the 1950s era with teenagers racing a hot-rodded Ford. This scene feels oddly out of place. Soon, it shifts to classic Indiana Jones, delivering a nostalgic thrill when Harrison Ford picks up his iconic hat. This time, the villains are communist Russians chasing an artifact for ultimate power, leading to a familiar storage facility where Ford's ability to reprise his role is tested. Despite his age, Ford convincingly portrays Jones with more confidence than in previous films, embodying the adventurous spirit. The action sequences, though nearly believable, require significant suspension of disbelief, particularly one escape scene that seems better suited for a superhero film. The movie improves as Shia LaBeouf's character seeks out Jones to rescue his mother and an older family friend. LaBeouf delivers a solid performance, avoiding the cliché of being merely an Indy junior in training. Despite its flaws, the film remains enjoyable, with Ford effectively embodying the iconic character with his trademark fedora, leather jacket, and whip. The film delights fans with plenty of nods to its predecessors, cleverly referencing moments that keen viewers will catch with repeated watching. Karen Allen's return adds nostalgic charm, though her character could have been given a more significant role. Exciting scenes are amplified by John Williams' timeless music and iconic sound effects, but some parts missed the mark, unintentionally eliciting laughter. Audiences will likely enjoy the film for its nostalgic touches and thrilling moments, though the decision to extend the franchise remains a topic of debate. As thanks for watching the whole video, here's a picture of a cute puppy. And if you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We'll make a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.